Hi everyone, I'm Cecilia and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and there have been a bunch of changes in the scrap world, so I just wanted to show you one of the kits that I'll be using to document my project life in 2025. If you want to skip over to the process part, it's around 7:16. Once again this year I'm going to be using the Laura by Laura kit along with this kit, which is called Scrap Your Life. It is designed by Ann Smiles and sold through Kimidori, which is a Spanish store. And their kit is in Spanish, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I'm actually Mexican, so I do speak some Spanish, and so that's why I went ahead and subscribed to this kit. I was heavily influenced by ScrapbyPat, who is a scrapbooker based out of Barcelona. The thing about subscription kits in Spain is that you have to subscribe at the end or the beginning of the year, and that's basically it. It wasn't like Studio Calico where you could just subscribe at any time. So what I'm going to do today is show you a little bit of the kit. I've already taken it apart and cut up the pieces, so I will show you what I have, and then I will do the cover for my 2025 project life. What you see here is the cover of a pad, and the pad has mostly 3x4 and 4x6 cards and a couple of 6x8 papers. Since some of the sayings in Mexico are different than the ones in Spain, I may be covering up things that are in Spanish that aren't sayings that I would normally say, or I will leave them as is. This says Invierno, los mejores momentos, which means winter, the best moments, and I may use it like this. We'll see. This is the January calendar, which starts on a Monday, which is what I use as well, and I may change the title and or the days of the week. A pink card which has a darker pink plus signs. This one says my whole life. I'm probably going to cover that up. This has the days of the week, and I don't document weekly, I document monthly, so I may not use this, or if I want it for journaling, I may cover the left side. A lined card for journaling. This one says, oh yeah, but I really don't see myself using this one. This says my favorite days and the best of the month. This says beautiful stories, and I'm probably not going to use this card either because it's a little bold. This postcard came with the package, and I'm probably going to cut out all the Christmassy merry stuff and use the rest. Now for the 3x4 cards, this 2025 one, which I'll definitely be using. I love the colors on this one. This one is so cute, it has a little happy face, and then the same colors. This one says, today I have plans. This one is a little house and it says home sweet home in Spanish in a little smoke. That says WhatsApp, and here's the matching one with a little sad face. And this one says work, 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 work. The most beautiful thing I own. I'm probably gonna cover that up. A list. I don't usually make a list this long. It's the best moments of the week, and again, I don't do weekly, so I'm probably not gonna use that. I may cover it up or shorten the list. Recipe. I think it's a little too small for an actual recipe. Cocidito, I don't know exactly what that is. It sounds like a stew, or I don't know. Probably not going to use it like this. This one literally translates to for the memory, but I guess it's more like memory keeping or like a memento. Striped one that says the good, and the upside down says the bad. Little oranges, I think. Dots. Fantastico. Some paint, stripes. My resolutions. I don't make resolutions, so and it's too long for a list, so I'm probably gonna chop that up but not use it. This says my favorites. Skates. I don't skate. Another one that says bonita historia, which means beautiful story. This one's a little strange for me. I think it means something like there are no bad outcomes. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to use this one. Agustito means cozy, but that's a word that I don't use. Asombroso, which means amazing, and it's another saying that I don't use. This was a mistake. I think they sent out a PDF to reprint it, but I don't think I would use that long quote either. This means today's appointment. Just wanted to touch on the cover. It tells you the colors that are included in the kit and what the theme of the month is. It also tells you the name of the month for the kit and the year. It comes with some puffies and it has some of the same stickers as there are cards. There's the numbers 1 through 5 for the weeks if you're doing it weekly. It has the little cosidito, the little smiley and sad face, the WhatsApp. I really like these. The January kit also comes with this metal die, and there are 2 pages in the pad that are made specifically for this die. I've already run these through the die machine and I have adhered them to the backs of the covers of the pad, and this idea I stole from ScrapbyPat because I think it's a great idea. Some of these that are in Spanish I'm probably not going to use, but I will use the dies for just other stuff because they have cute little details on them as well. I forgot these are the 2 6x8 sheets of paper, and one of them has smiley faces and the other one has little arrows, and they're blank on the back. Of course, they can also be cut to a smaller size like a 3x4 or a 4x6. The other loose items that are not in the paper pad come in these little envelopes. The die, the puffies, and these rub-ons came in envelopes individually, and I don't see myself using these. They're kind of big and they're almost all in Spanish, so I think I'm just going to give them to my niece instead. There's a really great perk that comes with the subscription, which is that you can merge your orders, kind of like you add to Box for like Studio Calico, right? And the way that they have it set up is that it's actually pretty much all month long, and sometimes they'll have like extras that go with the kit. So for example, this little paper pad, you can purchase that and it coordinates with the January and February kits. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going with the 9x12 format again this year. For this cover page, I'm going to use the same type of layout as last year. However, a couple of Spanish stores have the pocket pages that have the 6x8 pockets, and one of them is Kimidori, which is the store that I get Scrap Your Life from. And this one, which I saw first, which is by Rita, and it's from the line Rita's Diary. The difference is that this one has the openings for the pockets on the side rather than on top. I selected the cards that I want to use from the Scrap Your Life kit, and I'm using the Kimidori postcard that came with the kit. I fuzzy cut the Feliz Año Nuevo, which means Happy New Year, and the champagne. And now I'm trying to figure out how I want to position the champagne on the 4x6 card with some space for journaling. I really love this tag by Studio Calico. However, if I put it sideways, the lines for journaling will actually be vertical. In the meantime, I'm going to die cut an N, a Y, and an E in gold foil cardstock. This die set is by Laura, and I'm using Spellbinder's Platinum 6 machine. So here I am arranging the letters NYE, and it stands for New Year's Eve. And I'm still trying to make this tag work. I really like how muted the green is, but the green section is not wide enough, and I don't want the champagne to just be floating, so I'm going to cut a circle out of cardstock using a Hero Arts die. These paper pads are from Mintopia. They measure 3x6, and I looked for a similar green to the tag, but I couldn't find one, so I selected a light mint color that went with the 2025 card, and I die cut the circle. I'm working on the composition for this card, and I'm starting to think that these letters are a little bit big because I want to put journaling on this card as well. What I ended up doing was moving the NYE letters over to the 6x8 photo, which fit nicely, and then I moved the Feliz Año Nuevo down to the 4x6 card. I added journaling. Hi. I chose the beige tag as opposed to the white one because I didn't want the Feliz Año Nuevo and the tag to blend together. I'm using a Sharpie felt tip pen for my journaling, and I'm using the Tombow Mono Air permanent adhesive to adhere some of these things down. I wanted a couple of things to pop off the page a little bit, and I grabbed this huge roll of foam tape, and it's only 1 millimeter thick. So I don't know how much that is in inches, but it is like just barely off the page, but I like it because it doesn't add a lot of bulk to my pages. I purchased this at the Scrap Crea y Decora fair in Barcelona last year, so I don't know what brand it is. Sorry that I couldn't get the camera to focus on this, but you can kind of see where it's raised a little bit off the card. I trimmed a little bit off the top of the card. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't actually like the final product with this card, so this is going to change. I added a few of the tiny puffy stickers to the 2025 card. So I added 4 puffy stickers instead of, an odd number, but it's okay for me because I put it in 3 different locations, so I'm fine with that. I wasn't sure what I wanted to put in that corner card, so I swapped it out for the one that says Home Sweet Home because basically January was spent indoors. We didn't do a whole lot. This month felt colder than usual, so I just was not in the mood to be going out. My original plan hadn't been to use the Enero puffy stickers on this page. Enero means January, but I decided to use them on the Home Sweet Home card. However, I needed to trim down the card a little bit since it didn't fit nicely or it kind of looked crowded. And I chose a lightish brown cardstock for the background. I started putting the puffy stickers in the middle so that the entire word would be centered. I trimmed the Home Sweet Home card a little bit more and then I adhered them together. My apologies that this is a little bit off camera, but what I did was grab this one line that was underneath Enero and I put that as a divider between the 2 cards. I then adhered the NYE. Lastly, I added the puffy sticker that says love. So this is what the finished page looked like. The more I looked at it, the more it bothered me, especially the New Year's Eve in the gold letters. So for me, the gold foil letters and the 4x6 card all looked a little too heavy on that side, and the brown background card didn't really fit in with all the other colors. I reprinted the photo and then there was no saving that pink card. Unfortunately, it was starting to bend the other parts, so I decided to cut them out and I went with a beige Lora by Lora card which says Donde sea pero contigo, which basically translates to wherever as long as I'm with you. In the end, I did end up using that tag that I really liked, but I actually cut off the green and I'm hoping to use that at some other point. I added journaling to the tag. This time I used a Uni Pen fine line pen in dark gray so that the color is a bit softer. The card felt like it was missing a little something, so I grabbed one of the die cuts from the kit. I played around with the positioning quite a bit because I didn't like where it was pointing and then it was too long and then it's on the bottom, and looking at it now I'm still like ugh. But I like it enough that I'm just going to leave it on there. I added a like puffy sticker from last year's Lora by Lora kit. And I'm officially done with my cover. I was a little bit more picky because it is the cover, and I think that if it had just been for a regular spread, I wouldn't have been as picky, and I really think that the colors go better with this layout. So to wrap this up, I just wanted to go over my design choices. The 2025 card is perfect for the cover. I like the Feliz Año Nuevo better than the NYE, and the great thing about this is that it actually creates like a visual triangle with the champagne. The wherever as long as I'm with you goes nicely with the brown of this card, and it has an extra meaning to it. At the time of this recording, I'm not 100% sure whether we're staying here or going back to the States this year. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Bye.